I think personally, it's a really exciting time to be joining the industry, especially with the advancement of such technologies like, for example, BIM, building information modeling, 3D printing, augmented reality, robotics. And so really your role as future engineers is extremely important in that you have the opportunity to really impact the challenges that the built environment face through the implementation of these sustainable initiatives and emerging technologies.
Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of In Conversation with our sponsors. I'm Carlos and I'll be your host today. Today we have a special guest and his name is Malcolm Scholes and he is from Uponor, which is a company that is sponsoring Team Esteem. So hello Malcolm, how are you today?
Hey Carlos, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm very good. I'm very pleased to be having this conversation. Okay, so the first question would be, just tell us a little bit about you and your company and what you do for them.
Okay, yeah, so myself, as you mentioned, I'm Malcolm Scholes and I'm a mechanical engineer. I've been living and working in Dubai for the past 8 years now, and my interests are in sustainable building design and passive cooling technologies. So it's been a real pleasure supporting Team Esteem in this project so far. And yeah, just a little bit about Uponor. We are a leading international provider of plastic-based piping systems, which can be used for heating, cooling, and potable water applications. Our range of PEX and multi-layer piping systems offer safe drinking water delivery, and our range of radiant heating and cooling solutions enable a more sustainable living environment. Myself and my role, I'm the engineering design manager for Uponor Middle East, and I'm responsible for providing the technical support services to our partners within the region, together with providing services to engineering companies, engineering consultants and contractors in relation to our products and services.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the second question would be a bit more precise. How is Uponor contributing to this project?
Yeah, so we are supplying the radiant ceiling cooling system. And this is whereby pipe cassettes, which are circulating cool water within the ceiling, are fixed to a conventional suspended gypsum ceiling. And this, in essence, provides a cooler surface within the space. And by adjusting the water temperature which is flowing through the pipes, we can either transfer energy into the space or we can remove energy from the space. So in this case, it's a cooling system, and so we're removing heat energy from the space through the ceiling. And yeah, we decided to go with a lightweight radiant ceiling cooling system due to the modular construction of this project. And this gave us some advantages in terms of really a good thermal response and also good cooling capacities. And yeah, during the detailed design phases, we've supported Team Esteem and the students in the sizing and the selection of this type of system, together with implementing a control strategy which could be integrated into a building management system.
Yeah, it really is a very interesting proposition, because when most people think of pipes, or at least when I do, when I think of pipes and heating systems, I think of underfloor heating. But of course, this is taking underfloor heating and it's turning it on its head, and it's doing cooled ceiling, which is really quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same system, or it's the same technology and physics behind it. It's just that we're using slightly lower water temperatures relative to the space. As where a heating system, you're using higher water temperatures relative to the space. So it's really the same thing.
Mm-hmm. So the third question would be, why did you decide to partner with us, especially? What was so special about Team Esteem?
So really, I mean, first of all, we really appreciate the opportunity to share our specialist knowledge on radiant heating and cooling with graduates who are entering the construction industry. So this is a really nice opportunity for us as a company. Secondly, it's great to be a part of a competition like the Solar Decathlon, whereby there's so much focus on solving the issues needed for sustainable living within the region. And I mean, yeah, finally, it's a great opportunity to demonstrate that radiant cooling is really a viable cooling technology, even in the most extreme climatic conditions, which Dubai experiences in terms of very high temperatures and humidity.
Right. And the fourth question is about long-term effects. Of course, we at Team Esteem think we can have an effect on the construction industry in the long term, but it's always interesting to see what current industry thinks about the long-term effects of this project. So what would be, to you, the long-term effects of this project on the construction industry?
Yeah, I mean, the reality is that global temperatures are rising, and space cooling demand is forecast to rise by three times by the year of 2050. So there will be the need to really shift to more sustainable air conditioning systems, whereby the focus on sustainability and sustainable products, as well as like the thermal comfort and the health and well-being of the occupants of the building, are really in focus early on in the design phase. So basically, the system which is being implemented in this project, comprising of a number of different efficient cooling technologies, but also with a clear design intent from the beginning.
Right, and of course we all know that transitioning to a more ecological model is not always very easy. So the next question regards the challenges you faced as a company while trying to endorse more eco-friendly initiatives or sustainable initiatives.
Yeah, I mean, really, the key challenges for us as a global manufacturer is really identifying the main impact areas within the complete value chain. So, for example, sourcing, whereby we can use lower impact raw materials in the production of our products, but also from a recyclability aspect, whereby unused materials from the construction sites can be collected, reused and recycled, which ultimately reduces in the amount of waste that is associated with the system.
And lastly, penultimately, what are Uponor's plans in the longer term to adapt to projects such as net zero or carbon neutral?
Yeah, I mean, Uponor is continuously reducing the amount of greenhouse gases and energy consumption at our production facilities through the implementation of improved manufacturing equipment or processes such as industrial heat recovery. And as I mentioned earlier, we are working with our sourcing suppliers in sourcing more sustainable raw materials, and also logistic partners, whereby we're optimizing the material flows from the supplier to the end user, i.e. the construction sites.
Mm-hmm. And finally, is there any message you'd like to send to future graduates in the construction industry?
Yeah, I mean, I think personally, it's a really exciting time to be joining the industry, especially with the advancement of such technologies like, for example, BIM, building information modeling, 3D printing, augmented reality, robotics. And so really your role as future engineers is extremely important that you have the opportunity to really impact the challenges that the built environment face through the implementation of these sustainable initiatives and emerging technologies.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you very much Malcolm. So I've been Carlos, and this is Malcolm Scholes from Uponor. And thank you very much for joining us today for this episode of In Conversation With. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week for another episode. Thank you.